Yeah. Oh. Oh, great. We have to do another United States department for
Oh,
anomalies. We already read one in the UIU. Oh, God. How bad is this one gonna be?
What happened?
I was saying this is the next one is gonna be another United States department for anomaly stuff. And we already read the UIU and how bad they were at their job, so let's see how bad they are at their job. Huh?
How many fucking U.S. departments do we need for anomalous shit?
Multiple. Obviously.
Oh, pentagram
Yeah.
might be a take on the Pentagon. Thus, military.
Yeah.
Military always does its own shit.
Yeah. Alright, pentagram. The United States Department of Defense anomalous counterpart. They exist as a reflection and parody of the vicious and cold cruelty that the military-industrial complex is. Their related articles are inherently political in nature and often are at odds with the Foundation. Oh, this is just gonna get great! Are we gonna put another in the evil category?
Probably another for evil.
I don't know, Bright. Is the fucking the fucking military-industrial complex, but anomalous, going to go in evil?
It even said they literally clash with the Foundation. A foundation that's trying to keep the world existing.
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting to immediately see an old guy stick his finger up. It just caught me off guard. I'm just checking to see if there's anything I have to open. Wait. Reclassification? Oh.
Oh.
Alright. I'll read this one. I just wanted to click all the links down. That way I don't have to do it later. Item 3874. Object Class Heater. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the SCP GOIs 1970 Accord, an agreement between the SCP Foundation and the United States Global Occult Coalition disallowing the Foundation to operate in nations which do not agree to the terms of the Secure, Contain, Protect initiative, in exchange for knowledge and information of localized anomalies. I feel like they break that. Sorry. Direct Foundation involvement in the containment of 3874 is impossible. The Foundation is instead monitor the activities of GOI 616 Pentagram, the occult branch of the Department of Defense, in relation to the anomaly and attempts to sabotage any known attempts to assassinate 3874. Oh my god, I read ahead. Oh my god. Description: 3874 is the former Prime Minister, 1959 and 1976, and President, 1976-2008, of Cuba, Fidel Alejandro Castro Ruz. This SCP is Fidel Castro?
Oh. Oh my god, is this just gonna be talking about how he's practically invincible? Like with all the assassination attempts?
Yes!
Oh my god, it is. I looked down slightly. This is amazing, actually.
Yes. This is gonna be one of my favorite SCPs now. Though the subject's anomalous properties remain largely unknown, it is currently believed that 3874 possesses one or more of the following anomalous properties: probability, altering capabilities, clairvoyance, indestructibility, rapid regeneration properties, or pataphysical omniscience.
Omniscience.
Omniscience. 3874 has not demonstrated any of the affirmation anomalous properties in public, nor shows any signs of typical of Class B metahuman. However, the quantity of survived assassination attempts demonstrated by 3874 has been deemed most likely anomalous. According to linked pentagram documentation supplied by defector Matthew Shaw. Why do I feel like I know that name? Name sounds familiar for some reason. Anyways, sorry. The organization has made over 600 attempts. Prior to this documentation being supplied to Foundation, only 52 attempts have been discovered to assassinate 3874 since 1963. Methods of attempts to assassinate the subject include both anomalous and mundane means. Intended methods include an exploding cigar, poisoned ice cream, contracting ex-Chicago Spirit members and UIU persons of interest to participate in the Bay of Pigs invasion. Cognitohazardous diplomatic speech, voodoo, radioactive parapharmaceuticals, and an orbital disintegration beam.
I can't with this fandom sometimes.
It's perfect. Addendum 01. Upon discovery of 3874's anomalous properties in an assassination attempt in 1975, the Foundation began covert lobbying to support the Church's committee's investigations of abuse of the United States intelligence agencies by several departments of the state.
Yeah, they're not saying that he survived 600 attempts. They're saying he survived 600 attempts from Pentagram alone. Wasn't the 600 attempts thing like actually sourced from CIA documents?
Maybe.
Yes.
Also, welcome to the stream. This is by far the greatest SCP, one of the greatest SCPs I've read. Alright. Due to political... Huh?
Oh, okay. So,
Mhm.
in 2006, Fabian Escalante, there's no way I'm pronouncing that correctly, former chief of Cuba's intelligence, stated that there had been 634 assassination schemes or attempts against Fidel Castro.
Damn.
So I guess this would place 600 of those being done by Pentagram.
Due to political pressure from the Department of Defense, the Church Committee instead focused investigations on the NSA. In response, the Foundation implemented Procedure 343FB21, the Strong Arm, to plan to capture William Alton Carter, brother at the time POTUS James Jimmy Earl Carter Jr. Under the guise of a terrorist front organization, the Foundation issued the threat to the president, who signed Executive Order 1195. God damn it, 1195. In response, disallowing the United States government employees from engaging in political assassination. Addendum 2. Despite the signing of Executive Order 1195, Pentagram continued to undertake covert assassination attempts, most notably in 2000 when the group converted the recently captured Alain Gonzalez into a sleeper agent to assassinate 3874. This plan was discovered by Site 19's lead GOI researcher, Dr. Everwood, and Foundation intelligence agents were dispatched to administer amnestics to Gonzalez, removing all sleeper agent programming. Addendum 3. On June 3rd, 2001, the following correspondence was received from Pentagram's chairman and U.S. Secretary of Defense, Donald Rumsfeld. To whom it may concern, the United States government understands and appreciates the service that SCPF provides for a great country and the world at large. We can no longer abide by your constant interference in national security. Even though the Berlin Wall and the Soviet Union have fallen, the threat of communism remains alive in our very front yard. A mere 90 miles from Florida lays a potential threat to the great liberties this country was founded on. This is a humble request that you cease to interference in our foreign relations. As per the rules outlined in the Secure Containment Protect Initiative, you are not to interfere in the politics of this country outside of extraordinary circumstances. Should you continue your acts against the needs of this country, we may need to reconsider the necessity of funding the SCPF and allowing the continued operation of your bases in U.S. soil. From what we understood, the GOC has a more sustainable plan for anomalies than you do. Yours, Donald Rumsfeld.
I agree with the Foundation and not the GOI and not this group.
Elian Gonzalez was in the news. He's in a made-up character. Yeah, so this is based. A lot of these are based on actual people.
Wait, then.
Also, let's just be real for a quick second. It is explicitly within the Foundation's parameters to foil attempted assassinations of SCP objects.
Yeah, their objective is secure, contain, protect, not murder.
Like just because no, the object in this case happens to be the late socialist leader Fidel Castro. That doesn't change the fact that the Foundation's mission is to contain and protect anomalies.
Yeah, they're not the GOI. They don't just chip everything down.
But yeah, I mean, it's not at all surprising that Pentagram considers itself more closely aligned with the fucking GOI. Who could have guessed it?
Yeah. I was looking up real quick while you were talking about to see if Matthew Shaw was a person. I couldn't find anything about him.
Yeah, I looked it up too. I have no information.
Further attempts at halting Pentagram assassination attempts on 3874 are to be carried out by third-party agents contracted through Foundation Fund companies.
Sorry.
Yeah, like, we didn't do it, they did.
This just makes me think of, like, a post I saw that was, like, I think in, what was it? It was in one of, the Click's D&D videos. Stands for Group of Interest. Were we accidentally saying GOI instead of GOC?
Probably.
Yeah. The Click's D&D videos where at one point it was like one of the memes where it's like the Drake meme where it's like saying no to one thing and then pointing at the good thing, and it was that, except it was local government hiring adventurers because they're better than their own guys is the bad thing, and then the good thing is town guards hiring adventurers to maintain plausible deniability. It's just made me think of that.
Alright. Then on 4. On the 25th of November 2016, Cuban news outlets reported on the death of 3874, which was attributed to natural causes. Operation 90 Anos was launched shortly after with the goal of retrieving the cadaver of 3874 and bringing it to Facility 72 in Colombia, the equivalent of Foundation sites in South America. Due to the lack of anomalous scars or GOC operatives present at the morgue, Agent Lafreniere was able to successfully contain the cadaver of 3874 prior to cremation. substituting 3874's remains with those of D-1221s. Alright, I will. So they just threw some random fucker in the cremation.
Yes.
Alright.
And this is the. Oh, god damn. This is the GOC, not the. Not.
Huh?
God damn. This is the GOC doing this.
No, this is the Foundation replacing the body. Yeah, because they weren't. The operatives weren't there.
You know what? I'm all for the Foundation, like, snatching the actual body because I don't want the GOC to have it.
Alright. Upon arrival at the
What's the GOC? What's the, like, other group, too? They can buddy down in hell.
Oh my god. Anyways, upon arrival at Facility 72, an autopsy was conducted to identify any possible anomalous properties possessed by 3874. No results were found. Additional experiments yielded no results. The cause of death was additionally confirmed to be natural, and no involvement of pentagram was found in relation to the death of 3874. On January 1st, 2017, Agent Lafreniere, disguised as a new Venezuelan diplomat, was tasked with approaching Raul Castro, 3874's brother, and attempting to gather any information regarding 3874's anomalous properties. Addendum 5. Following an interview of Raul Castro, it was determined that 3874 did not at any point possess anomalous properties, though the Foundation's statisticians have questioned the possibility of a mundane human surviving and evading over 600 assassination attempts. The possibility is not anomalously more than 0, therefore rendering it possible. 3874's documentation is to be reclassified immediately. And yeah, here's the reclassification. Item 3874-EX, object class neutralized, also explained. Special containment procedures in A. Description: 3874-EX is a former Prime Minister and President of Cuba, Fidel Alejandro Castro Ruz. Subject was believed to possess anomalous properties which facilitated its survival against assassination attempts, but these have since been found to be non-existent. The remains of 3074-EX have been discarded alongside the Facility 72 D-Class cremains, so they don't even have it anymore!
Fuck you, Foundation.
Just stole it! Just tossed it aside!
Not even handing it back to the family like, I'm sorry? Would it have been too awkward for the Foundation? Like, hey, we stole it from these thieves, but now we're giving it back because we looked at them.
Or hell, like, here's an idea. You know, you go to where the cremains are. You say, you take an active effort to, like, keep everything under wraps. If anyone, like, notices you, just you just anesthetize them, and you just do the Indiana Jones meme. You just swap the ashes.
Yeah. Also, I just realized the Foundation could fuck with Pentagram because of the clone machine. They could just constantly bring him back. So if they did kill him, they could just clone him and bring him back.
You know what? It's probably a good thing they discarded his remains with the D-Class. No one can clone him. No one can fuck with it.
Listen. All in favor of the SCP Foundation creating an army of Castros to fuck over Pentagram, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That sounds like... Oh, I don't even know what that sounds like. Something I'd expect to see in, like, a gag manga.
Yeah.
Alright. Who was to raid 4776?
How big is it?
Wait,
I don't think I'm up.
council vote summary. Nothing. Approved.
Also, give me a sec.
So yeah, who would like to read 4776?
I don't think I feel like reading right now. Give me a sec. Need a whole team of dead ends. The U.S. to go on Black Ops missions. you just make an army of former the varying flavors and success rates of communist leaders.
Yeah.
Just running around fucking up American shit. That'd be really funny. But yeah, give me a sec. Oh my god, just specifically grab socialist and clone socialist and communist leaders that the US could and just have them all fucking march up to Pentagram's door like, surprise, motherfucker. Well, I'm thinking specifically like proper left-wing folks. I don't think there's any conceptualization of bin Laden or Saddam as having been particularly leftist. But I mean, we could if we wanna.
Bin Laden was not left in any sort of way.
Yeah. Unless we're gonna go by the right-wing manner of deciding what's leftist, which is basically just, I don't like it, therefore leftist.
No.
Even when they're, like, politically speaking, effectively parallel, but they hate each other because they're not the right flavors. Probably. I mean, yeah, like, literally as we speak, we have, like, elected officials referring to Iran as communist. Like, these are just buzzwords to them. But yeah, Bright, check DMs.
DMs, what I see.
Okay, was just curious. Moving on.
So did someone say they wanted to read this one, or am I gonna read it?
I don't think either of us said we wanted to read it, so I guess you go ahead.
I guess I go ahead? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. SCP-4776, Object Class Keter, Level 4/476, Classified. Special Containment Procedures. 4776. Positional data is printed on a small index card and stored within High Security Object Vault at Site 49. -1 is recorded in the Site-49 database and may not be accessed by any personnel with less than level 4 clearance. MTF Gamma 5 red herrings are to be dispatched to any location suspected of having been damaged by 4776 attacks. Description: SCP-4776 is a paratechnological weapons satellite currently in low orbit Earth. 4776 exhibits anti-mimetic properties that prevent individuals from sustained knowledge of its exact positional data. 4776 is theorized to be a directed kinetic energy weapon deployed by the United States Department of Defense as part of the Strategic Defense Initiative, a project to form a missile defense system for the continental United States during the Cold War. -1 is a complex thaumaturgic rune used as a focus measure for 4776 orbital assaults. -1 can be formed from any material or materials and will, upon completion, result in 4776 arming itself for a bombardment. The process of firing 4776 takes approximately 10 minutes, from rune completion to confirmed strike. 4776 will release a targeted beam of photons, which, upon collision with -1, will result in an explosion. Discovery log. 4776 came to the Foundation's attention during a handoff of classified documents from Matthew Shaw, a defector from GOI 616 Pentagram. Records indicated that 4776 had been created as part of Operation Ares Forge, a concerted effort for the United States government to develop sustainable occult-based weaponry for both army use and sale to foreign governments. Oh, come on. Now, Ares Forge was recorded to have produced at least 57 working prototypes of such weaponry. Currently, only 4776 has come to the Foundation knowledge. Oh no. The 4776 dossier also references several package drops to Israeli military sites from 1985 to 1986 from a combination of U.S. Army financial reports and the documents acquired by Matthew Shaw. It is currently believed that the United States government has been or is currently making sales of Aegean weapons to the Office of the Reclamation of Islamic Artifacts through the Iranian government. Oh, come on! Why them?
This is just a menagerie of fucked up groups that they're selling anomalous weapons to.
Yeah, basically, that group is basically the Chaos Insurgency for Iran.
Yeah, it's just the Chaos Insurgency, but Muslim.
God damn it. Incident 4776.1 on January 12th, 1986, several incidents occurred at Site-49 and have been assigned the collective designation of Incident 4776-1. .1. At 1343, two UH-60 Black Hawk attack helicopters began an approach to Site-49. After confirming their U.S. government provisional veil clearance, they were allowed to land on the tarmac and refuel, claiming that their fuel tanks were damaged. They departed at 14:55. At 15:01, senior researcher Matthias stepped into the central courtyard for a smoke break. At 15:04, he re-entered the building and logged onto his workstation before downloading several files regarding information on the Foundation Informant Protection Program onto an external drive. While Matthias had the sufficient clearance for such an action, he was not assigned to any projects related to the FIPP. At 15:13, he checked out of the site and entered his vehicle before departing the parking lot. At 15:17, senior researcher Matthias' corpse was discovered at Site-49 Central Courtyard with an unlit cigarette in his mouth and several locks of hair torn from his scalp. Site-49 was placed on lockdown for 3 hours, while site security attempted to locate the individual who checked out of the site under Matthias' identity. An individual cannot be located. Security footage in a courtyard was obscured by a large oak tree, and Matthias' car was discovered abandoned 2 miles away from the site. Okay, that's a dumb move, attacking the Foundation. So I'm going to say, like, the Foundation has better weapons than the United States government. That was a dumb move.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway, Incident 4776.2 on January 14th, 1986, 2032. A gas explosion was reported at the home of Ishmael Thompson, formerly known as Matthew Shaw. Due to Thompson's connection to the Foundation Informant Protection Program, Foundation agents were dispatched to investigate. The building had been entirely destroyed, and upon prompting, several witnesses reported a shooting star minutes before the explosion. Addendum 4776.1 Email exchange pentagram/foundation. Subject January 12th. Date January 15th, 1986. Dear Senior Agent Bishop, the Foundation would like to discuss the events of January 12th and January 13th of this year. Only a few days ago, shortly after your team's helicopters departed Site 489, a minor security breach occurred that resulted in a dead employee and information on your organization stolen by an unknown entity. Would the Pentagram happen to know anything about that? Regards, Tyler Campbell, Foundation Diplomatic Committee Representative. So, alright, Representative Campbell, the Department of Defense has no information involving such an event. If it even occurred, your site security failures are not our concern, and your lax protocols may have resulted in an information breach for us. Consider this a formal message that we do not know how one of your personnel managed to get himself killed and lose information about other organizations. Sincerely, Robert Bishop, Pentagram. Bullshit. Dear Senior Agent Bishop, that's truly a shame. The Foundation was deeply looking forward to maintaining good relations in the coming years, but it appears that the Pentagram is not so optimistic. In the world behind the veil, many things are binary, including loyalties. If you do not attempt to obey the House Accord, the Foundation sees no reason to obey it either. We must look out for our own interest, but we will always have a seat at the negotiation table if you wish to talk. Regards, Tyler Campbell, Foundation Diplomatic Committee Representative. Representative Campbell, Pentagram is first and foremost loyal to the United States of America and our peoples. If your actions go against our prime directive, we simply cannot coexist. We will defend our homeland with a force that your organization cannot match. Bullshit. But we are not evil. We are not hostile. Bullshit! Pentagram will not be at the bringer of your downfall. Not until you make the decision to antagonize us. I urge you to consider your next actions very carefully. Sincerely, Robert Bishop, Pentagram.
The Foundation's thing is secure, contain, protect.
Motherfucker, you know how easy it would be for the Foundation to just destroy America? They just have to release.
Do that.
I know, but
look. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
It's an American anomalous organization. Of course, it's going to come with an air of overconfidence and bravado.
Yeah, I was about to say how easy it would be to just destroy Pentagram. They could just easily infect one of them with 610. Done. Entire organization shut down.
Right.
Yeah?
Why do you always go to the least likely thing they would do?
I don't know. It was the only one I can think of at the time. There was another one which is a mimetic entity that's an image, and I don't remember its fucking number. But it apparently kills whoever who sees it.
What I would be thinking is the
Yeah.
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 What I would be thinking is that one gun that, like, if someone commits suicide with it,
Oh, yeah.
everyone within the same organization will die.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
But no, like, the thing that you bring up is an incredibly contagious disease.
Yeah. I
Right.
wish...
Listen,
Yeah.
listen, Bray. Barring extraordinary circumstances such as those depicted in 5000, the SCP Foundation is never going to use 610 as a weapon. Are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah, that would just be the Chaos Insurgency.
Basically, yeah. Like, why the hell would the SCP Foundation use 610 as a bioweapon and then almost certainly now have a second colony of 610 to manage? Even
Yeah.
more so, this colony, likely living in a notably more populated area of the world rather than in the middle of bumfuck nowhere Siberia.
Yeah. I think my mind went to 610 because I was playing Resident Evil earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And then I'm
Also,
huh?
but also, your suggestions hurt my brain.
I still can't remember that fucking image SCP where if you look at it, you'll die. I can't remember it.
Like, it sounds familiar. The only thing that's coming to mind, though, is the slow burn sloth.
Yeah.
Which, probably, I doubt that's the same thing you're talking about.
Yeah. Alright. Addendum 4776.2 Attached Documents. Foundation Diplomatic Committee Statement. Due to suspicious circumstances surrounding instance 4776.2 and .3, the Foundation Diplomatic Committee has deemed it necessary to take retaliatory action against the government of the United States of America for its recent actions, which are in direct defiance of the House Accord. Oh my gosh, they're going to fight the government.
You know what? That's valid, SCP Foundation.
Clause 17, line I. Neither the government of the United States of America nor the SCP Foundation shall take hostile actions against the other. Hostile defined as an action taken without provocation in order to cause significant financial, collateral, or political damage. In line with the Truce Protocol, the Foundation has provided documents containing sensitive information regarding the United States government to several Middle Eastern publications. The committee remains open to cooperating with the United States government to reach a reasonable conclusion to this matter.
That is beautiful.
This is the equivalent of, like, the SCP Foundation posting a fucking a twit-longer call out. Oh my god, this is a thing signed by Ronald fucking Reagan. But yeah, like, the SCP Foundation posted a call out thread. Yeah. And sent it to the mess.
Yeah. Alright. Document received by the Foundation Diplomatic Committee on November 17, 1986. In response to the SCP Foundation's leaking of classified government documents to a Middle Eastern news outlet, the Department of Defense is willing to negotiate towards ending this unpleasantry in the interest of fomenting a healthy working relationship. The United States government offers an opportunity for a peaceful resolution of the issue. The SCPF may decide the location of the diplomatic convention. Ronald Reagan.
I still don't understand this accent you put on with, like, 50% of the things you read.
I don't know what it is either. I just want to do a different voice. That's the only good one I got.
You have multiple good voices. Why do you use that one?
Well, the one I like.
That's different.
No shame. Like, you do what you want, but like it just, especially like when you're fucking reading a memo from Ronald goddamn Reagan.
I mainly give that voice to people I deem assholes.
I mean, that's fair enough, but also like,
Doesn't he
I
have an
think-
actual voice historically that was different from that?
yes, it does. But like, ultimately, I think a part of my frustration just comes from the fact that, I don't know, maybe this is a me thing, but I have a touch of a difficulty understanding it. Like, understanding you when you use that voice.
Oh.
I understand her fine. I just don't like it when she uses it.
I guess I won't use the voice again.
Well, like, you can still use it. Just maybe, like, use it, like, less frequently.
Got it.
Yeah, I think the frequency is why I don't like it.
There's like,
I used to feel very neutral on it, but then you kept using
Yeah.
it and using the other voices less.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like, use variety. Use variety, you fucker.
Alright. Notice from the Foundation Diplomatic Committee, memorandum from the Office of 0504. The Office of the Overseers has agreed on a diplomatic summit with the United States Government of Defense at Camp David on January 27th, 1987. Excerpt from audio transcript of SCPF-US Diplomatic Summit, January 27th, 1986. Audio log, date January 27th, 1987. Wait, why did I say 86 earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Alright. Hello, Mr. Bishop. Evening. How are you feeling? We both know neither of us care. Let's get down to the brass tacks. Yes. If you insist. Campbell and Bishop open their folders. Let's see here. It's not looking good for your people. Rob Pentagram's break-in at Site 49 may have error. There's no proof that was us. Do you really want to play this game with us? You've got no evidence, Campbell. That break-in could have been anyone. The gung-ho bastards over at the UN, the Ruskies, maybe even your own little splinter group. Okay, fine. Well, someone broke into Site 49 on the same day your team had to make an emergency stop for repairs, and immediately after, one of our researchers was killed and files on your group's activities were stolen. I fail to see how this involves us. Really?
I hate how this is very much like the American government. They're like, someone's like, all these things point to you doing it, and they're like, we're not involved. There's no
Yeah.
evidence.
We have a motherfucking Mount Kilimanjaro of circumstantial evidence, and they're like, nah. Nah. We didn't do that.
Yeah. Well, naturally, we'd have to take retaliatory. Well, if I can do anal probing, I can do vaginal probing. Thank you for cheering. I appreciate it. FYI, while he did star in a bunch of cowboy movies, the acting gig Reagan was most recognized for him while alive, wearing television commercials for General Electric. Okay. Cool. But thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. I'm also not going to explain that sound alert.
Which sound work?
It's where I missaid vaginal probing and I said vaginal probing.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah, sure. I guess that's... You need a sound effect, might as well use a vaginal.
Anyways, well, naturally, for the current discussion, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, well, naturally, we would have to
Yeah,
take
I mean,
retaliatory action against such a group, whomever it may be. Actually, did you say something?
No, I was just saying fair enough to what
Gotcha.
grade. So, maybe I should say JL.
And what exactly would such retaliatory action entail? Something that would cripple their power at the global negotiation table. For example, imagine if the information was revealed that their leader was suffering from a degenerative brain disease. That could be twisted a great man. That wouldn't be the end of it, of course. Not by a long shot. What if the group's most dangerous enemies were to gain a significant advantage over them? Something like, say, the form of leaked files demonstrating an extremely powerful, destructive artillery weapon that requires nothing more than a man's hand. Why would their enemies trust you? Well, you know what they say. Campbell idly traces a pattern onto the table with his finger. Bishop notices and hastily slides his chair back. Sharing is caring, comrade.
I am very glad the U.S. military didn't get one over on the Foundation.
I think they turned the communist symbol.
It just casually draws a hamstick to antagonize this guy. I love that.
Oh my god. The document received by the Foundation Diplomatic Committee on January 27th, 1987, in regards to the summit at Camp David on the 27th of January 1987, in the interest of resolving the dispute aired at the diplomatic summit the United States government offers to willingly remove Clause 14 and Clause 23 in the House Accord, which limit the SCP Foundation from performing military actions on United States soil. In exchange for this, the SCP Foundation will remove any military assets that may be stationed around Camp David, as well as any weaponry that may have a chance at targeting Camp David from orbit. Ronald Reagan. Notice from the Foundation Diplomatic Committee, January 27th, 1987, Council Vote Summary. No one voted.
But Bright.
Huh?
Bright.
Oh,
Right.
Wait, I didn't see that. Never mind.
They all voted yes!
I wasn't
Did
paying
they
attention.
to nothing?
I thought abstain was no and nay was yay. I forgot abstain was a
Nay
thing.
means no, abstain means not voting.
I know.
Yes means yes. Yes means yes.
So this is actually probably the first time I've seen all the O5 say yes.
This is probably the first time I felt as if I need to explain basic graph structure to Bright.
Shut up.
Sorry, Aaron.
Anyways, status approved. Proposal accepted. We look forward to resuming a friendly working relationship.
This
So-
feels like this entire thing is government fucks with the SCP Foundation and realizes that's a bad idea.
They fuck around, they found out.
Yeah. So, are we good to tell, put we're on the...
Well, I mean, yeah, ultimately, no matter what, it was gonna be, like, lawful evil.
Yeah. Hey, it's right next to...
Yeah, that's
I'm fine with that.
That's actually funny.